the GameStop hearings have begun. So, Zach, what is happening there?
That is right. At this hour, the House Financial Services Committee is getting to the bottom of this crazy meme stock craze that took over the markets a few weeks back. Ben, set the stage here. What's this all about? Why are we tuned in?
Yeah, so this is more or less looking at, the fact that Robinhood in particular chose to stop trading GameStop stock, as well as, taking some other unilateral actions that it had to at the time, but has drawn, scrutiny and criticism from everybody from AOC to Ted Cruz. So, when those two are both yelling at you, you've done something that might be a little bit questionable. But I talked to our colleague Nick Day, who is CoinDesk's sort of regulatory guru, beforehand to see what documents have been filed already and what the statements might be pointing to. And he said there wasn't any really high level takeaways. Keith Gill, who's a big proponent of this stock, basically just said, I liked the stock. Like, what you going to do? Meanwhile, Robinhood CEO Vladimir Tenev said that he wanted, settlement for same day trading. And then the rest are varying levels of we didn't do anything wrong. So he's going to be live tweeting that, and you can follow him to get better details as this goes on. But that's kind of where we stand at the moment. But Zach, I believe you actually brought another bit of Robinhood news to the table today.
Yeah, absolutely. So in that context, something came out overnight where Robinhood introduced deposits and withdrawals for its crypto service. I believe Robinhood rolled out the ability to buy cryptocurrencies a couple of years ago, but as is the case with some of these highly custodial offerings, the cryptocurrencies live in your Robinhood account. There's no ability to send it to an outside Bitcoin or Ethereum address. So they announced yesterday, with the backdrop of this new scrutiny on Capitol Hill, they announced, hey, you can withdraw and deposit cryptocurrencies to external addresses, which I think is kind of a notable move from a financial services firm such as Robinhood. But of course, the timing is interesting, right? I wonder if this is more of a play to win back the cred of its crypto users. And I'm wondering what your general take is on that, Naomi. Is this opportunistic marketing, or is this actually a step toward crypto self-custody that we're seeing a big player undertake?
Well, I think they're definitely ahead of the curve when you compare them with like PayPal, for example. PayPal said that, yeah, we're offering crypto, big splash in the news. It turns out that you can't do anything with it. You can't pay for services. You can't send it even to another address. It just stays in there. And it's like, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there, like, it doesn't make a sound, right? If the crypto's there, but you can't use it for anything, you can't send it to a wallet, you can't use it as crypto, is it even crypto? So what Robinhood's doing, I think, is very interesting. I think that's an interesting point as well about trying to get the credibility of like back from the crypto community. They got a lot of flack during everything that happened during GameStop. I think some of the flack was actually largely unwarranted. I'm gonna go ahead and say that and probably get some pushback. But I just think that a lot of people who use Robinhood, I mean, it's basically, and we heard Vlad say this in his introduction in the hearing today, is that Robinhood has given average users access to financial tools that they haven't had access before. And that's really exciting. Along with that needs to come an understanding of how these tools work. I think a lot of what happened in the confusion around GameStop and Robinhood was people didn't understand that it takes 2 days for these things to settle. It isn't instantaneous. Robinhood was offering instantaneous transfers, but that's only as far as what they had, as they had the stocks on hand, right? Otherwise, they have to wait for things to settle in order to actually get things for people to trade. And everyone was like, they stopped all the trading. They're terrible people. They're blocking people out. Actually, it's just that traditional finance is really kind of screwed up in that way. It's really cumbersome. There's a lot of friction. It takes a long time for these to settle. It isn't like crypto where things are instantaneous and really cool. That's why we love crypto. It's the future. That's why we're trying to make this past system obsolete. So I do think that it is interesting now they're trying to get back some credibility from the crypto community. I think that's a positive move. Will, what's your take on all of this?
Well, I have a quick question for Zach. I'm wondering from that report, who is the infrastructure provider behind Robinhood's open up of withdrawals and whatnot? Did they disclose that?
Yeah, they didn't disclose that. They did not disclose that. That's actually a really good question. I mean, PayPal has been very
Yeah.
public about its partnership with Paxos being sort of the back end provider, but they didn't disclose that. I mean, I think that would require additional digging. That's my short answer
They
to you.
also They also didn't put out a timeline for when this is going to happen, so it really did sort of seem, on the one hand, a way to take away some of the attention from this hearing, maybe get some cred back, Zach, like you were saying. They were also, it seems, trying to do an end run around a Bloomberg story that alleges and kind of points to the fact that they might be the single largest holder of a Doge wallet, but that is a totally different thing. So it seems they were trying to play a little bit of whack-a-mole here, as Vlad kind of goes before Congress today.
Yeah. Jen, I have a question for you. So, I mean, outside of the bubble of crypto, like, we're excited about this, but average people, are they excited about this? Are they looking at Robinhood and saying, this is cool, I can get involved with crypto? Or are they just like, are they completely nonplussed about what's going on?
I think the average person on the street is excited about being able to participate in crypto through apps like Robinhood. I do think, though, that Robinhood lost a lot of credibility and a lot of trust amongst average people, amongst all of this hoopla. The headlines are really exaggerated. Naomi, a lot of news organizations aren't saying the things that you said, and kind of explaining how the financial systems work to the everyday person. So I think this is exciting for the everyday person, but I think more education around how to be involved is needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see all these different approaches. And Will, take it, run with it. You got this.
Well, I want to attack Jen really quick, so let me get that for 30 seconds. I think
You're
any press is
attacking
good
Jen?
press for Robinhood. Always.
Yeah,
I think any press is good press.
Why? I'm so nice to you.
You are nice to me. But that doesn't mean you're not wrong. So in this situation, I think, like, Robinhood, obviously, like, some bad headlines, but who cares? People are still using them. I'm sure everyone is still downloading the app. I had tons of friends. The one place they could buy Dogecoin was on Robinhood. You couldn't buy it on Coinbase. You couldn't buy a lot of other places, or at least I couldn't find it on Coinbase when I tried to go on there. And other friends were like, "Why can't I buy a Dogecoin on Coinbase?" It's like you had to go to Robinhood still to be a participant in this huge thing. So I think across the board, it was a huge win for Robinhood. I think these big splash headlines. You accept it. Wow.
I accept it. I think I actually did read that app downloads have they've been exponential since all of the headlines. So it obviously is working. They had that huge Super Bowl commercial. People are talking about them. We're talking about them. So you're right. I accept it.
Any news is good news, apparently.